I used to play the trap spot, propped on the block like I was part of the backdrop. Now it's scale, props, effects, and backdrops. The right lighting, you never catch me biting. Say you make it look so real when you pose the figures fighting. I caught lightning, stuck it in the detour. Replicate epic scenes from the Creed War. Compose pieces with artists that span the globe. Fearsome foes, Spidey in the picture perfect pose. Insert the comic book cutout to shoot a show. Oh, you ain't know? Yo, everybody know me. I made nerds cool, cool nerd like my man Zoe. Took the everyday display, gave it a spark. Welcome to articulated comic book art.
The day after the storm. I don't know what type of taping they call themselves doing on these windows right here. But I didn't realize it was still raining. I wanted to run out to the store. Still in. I live on high ground, so it wasn't too bad with the flooding, but I knew trees was gonna be coming down though. Look at that shit. That gives you an idea how hard the wind was blowing. Camera's getting wet. Still having a little fun here with the unmasked Dakin. I don't know what I was doing. Kind of just pictured this scene as Mystique kind of taunting him, saying, "Stop crying, you little pretty boy," or something like that. Maybe talking to him about helping him kill his father or something like that. I don't know. Just sitting here. Got another day off from work because the trains and the buses are still screwed up from Hurricane Sandy. So just messing around a little bit. Thought this looked pretty cool. I so hate how this Mystique turned out. Could have really been an awesome figure. You know, but she's good for certain vanilla poses, like I said when I first got her. But I mean, I really would have liked to have been able to pose her in some and many more action scenes, you know. But what you gonna do? I'm hoping Hasbro doesn't renege on their promise to release these guys in a regular wave. The 3-pack, the Wolverine, Archangel, and Psylocke. They're supposed to be releasing Wolverine with a lighter color scheme that sort of matches the first group of X-Force, and I guess doing Psylocke in her regular color uniform, and then doing Archangel in just the blue uniform and not the X-Force color. So they're supposed to be doing that, but you know, over the past year or so, they have made some promises that they have not kept, and the most recent being that they were going to be at New York Comic Con, and they didn't even show up at all. They didn't have any product on display. So I want to clarify that. Somebody had asked the question a couple of MTITs back, I guess 2 episodes back, when I said, you know, that they weren't at New York Comic Con, and they were not there. I mean, they were there on that Wednesday night, and they had like a little closed door meeting or panel or what have you, and then they didn't have any of their product on display. And they didn't have any panel there at all. So no Transformers, no G.I. Joes, you know, nothing for Hasbro. So I'm not really sure what that means or why they would do that. Somebody mentioned that maybe they were trying to save some money and put it into their lines within the coming year. I don't know. We didn't really get an answer, but I think even that is horrible business practice, to not even say anything at all or give any explanation at all. So it's been like that. I'm not sure what's going on the corporate side of things, but you know, if I was in charge, I wouldn't be running my company in that fashion. But what you gonna do? So yeah, I'm hoping that we get the other colors. So many people missed out on this 3-pack. Good way for them to get what I think is the best Wolverine made to date, and try to get closer to completing some more teams. For the record, I've been using these little folders that Slings of Web sent for the FSP. I'll still be sending them out in FSP, but I've just been zooming in a little bit, but it allows for more light, because usually I have my paper in like a circular motion and it's not letting in as much light, but it allows for some better light for just shooting. But a quick little tip for you guys that's taking your pictures, for you to draw in some more light, if your camera has a function where you can actually squeeze the flash button and it'll give you like that little box, or like I don't even know what the technical term would be, but it'll be like your pre-shot and it'll focus in. If your camera has that function, if you actually put your hand behind whatever you're shooting and then squeeze and then remove your hand, that'll allow for some more light to come in. That's like a poor man's way of doing it. So Ian, I'm talking to you, brother, because you be having some nice photos, but it'd be a little dark. So if you want to get a little more light, and I know you're taking your photos in the same place as me, right, in your DTOF, so it's no reason why you shouldn't be getting good lighting. So you could do that, or you could do the folder and not enclose your whole space, so you could get some more light, and then just kind of zoom in or whatever it is you're gonna shoot. So yeah, that's a quick little tip. I am by no means a pro. I'm still taking pointers from some of the people that I really like, respect in the picture taking. I'm still trying to get good with that. You know. For the record, I was talking about white Ian, not black Ian. Ian K. I don't even know if he's totally white. Seems like he might be a little European or Slovakian or some shit. Who knows? But anyway, still messing around with these two. A little balancing act here. Lizard on one stand. Spider-Man kind of jumping on his back. Got him and Lizard in kind of like a running pose. Not sure if I want to add some webbing. I got like a whole bag of twisty ties that I've been sitting on that I've been supposed to be making a whole bunch of webbing with for the longest. So I've just been bullshitting about it. We'll see where this goes. Feeling alright about this. Just gotta get the right angle. It's pretty good. Held up overnight. Made a few little tweaks. Had to fix this guy right here to make it really look like he's getting hit. This guy's getting kicked there. I want to make it look like Lizard is kind of rushing through and Spider-Man's trying to grab him, hold on. Nick Fury ain't doing shit. But mess around with this a little bit more. But I gotta go. This is actually the first day that I get to go into the city since after the hurricane. Shit's been fucked up. Trains just started working again today. The buses were working yesterday, but I was not about to be taking a 7-hour bus ride. So I'll try to catch this train. I'm supposed to be going, but I'm bullshitting. Supposed to be taking my ass to work, but I took off Nick Fury's coat because I didn't like the shadow it was casting in the back there. So I think that looks a little bit better. Still working. I got like 15 minutes. So this is going to take hours, but I have to do it. I had to buy some more bins and some R2-D2 vacuum right there. Shit is like 15 years old or something, probably even more than that. But I have to like organize all of this stuff today. And that way I could get to some of my other props and different things that I could use for displaying if I just organize this stuff better. So the magic of film. Next time you see this, everything will be organized properly. A little progress with the cutouts. Slash. Bok. Getting hit by the foot there. That works. There you have it. Damn near 24 hours later. I had to buy some more bins. And I bought one more big one back there, and then these red ones to kind of organize some stuff and get everything situated. And I took out a lot of stuff that I'm gonna be getting rid of and giving away, and had to throw out a bunch of stuff too that was just like broken or destroyed. I think I'm gonna put together some like fodder packs for some customizers or something like that. But yeah, that's how it's looking in my closet now. All my figures that's away and props and everything is organized there. So I was able to clean all of my cases. I took out everything, wiped down all the individual shelves and stuff, and put stuff back. Put some things back a little differently. I actually didn't mess with my X-Men thing at all. But I did dust every other one. Get back here. Maybe finish that up. I don't know. Transform my 20th anniversary Optimus Prime. Since I'm be opening the other one anyway, just so I have somewhere to put it. Still just kind of rearranging around up here. Change it around up here a little bit. Do a little quick little something here. Thought that looked pretty cool. Something else right here. Got a little more space there now. I think I'm giving up on this now because I done messed it up. I done screwed it up. Oh well. So I'll be talking about working with the attributes of the figure. The tail is not articulated where I could bend it down to the floor to make it look like he's like knocked out or dead or whatever. So I added cap in there to act like he's kind of holding up the tail since it's already sticking up anyway. Little stuff like that you should be thinking about when you're displaying. I know my man Slings, I did something similar with this for a contest entry as far as like showing Electra. And I was actually wanted to do that for that same contest, but I didn't. But I figured I'd just set it up for my display at home, mess around with it. Not totally happy with this yet, but still pretty cool though. Something that I'll just be tweaking over the next week or so, since it's atop my display. People always ask me where I get props and stuff like that. I have no clue. It just comes from so many random places. Like for instance, this guy, I forgot his actual real name, but I ripped him off of the base that came with, I think, Electra. So you can see where it ripped off right there. But you just got to be creative and innovative and think of different things. Back. Alright, this was a package from my man Glassman Customs. Hooked up a nice little custom piece here and the package and everything. Tony Stark here. He did the head obviously, but he actually put it back in the package and everything. So a nice, really nice donation for the FSP here. Really appreciate this. This is nice. Some young cat should definitely appreciate that, the time and the energy and the work put into this. So big thanks to my man Glassman Customs for this. Just for the record, for Slings, Junior, and Billy, I didn't ship out your Masterpiece Prime because of this stupid base thing. Doesn't make it fit properly into any good box, but I actually just removed the base, and I know y'all don't care because y'all all gonna open them and then it'll fit in the box. It'll still be in this rectangular clamshell. So there you have it. Coming down to dusting my last cubes. I was kind of procrastinating on this one because I had all of the hand ninjas lying down in here, but I got them up so that way I could do something with my red ninjas if I want to. Got the Hasbro Electra here. Just chilling. You know I do a lot of that as far as these like little meetings and stuff. It's easy for me to grab the figures and do other displays and stuff if I need to, but it still looks cool in my main display. And then just Marvel Knights people here. Just kind of, I don't know what they doing. I got Deathlock totally looking up, looking stupid. And this guy looking down, Ghost Rider. Had to get Daredevil back in there. But that's pretty much it. I got every cube where I wiped them down. There's trusty Pledge Wipes here. This segment is brought to you by Pledge Wipes, who's not paying me shit. But yeah. Packages! Alright. So this was a package from my man Say What Dayspring. Hooked up a couple of things here for the FSP. Got the left leg to Galactus. We actually got a complete Galactus in the FSP that I'll be giving out soon. This will get us started on another Galactus. A lot of nice Build-A-Figures coming together in the FSP. And then he also gave this Rhino. Originally this was in a pre-Marvel Legends Spider-Man Classics line, but I think Hasbro released it. Maybe Toy Biz and Hasbro re-released it. Not as big or as articulated as the Marvel Legends version from the Fearsome Foes box set, but still a decent figure nonetheless. So big thanks to my man Steven, aka Say What Dayspring. I appreciate you, brother. And then that second package was not figure related at all. It was 3 new remotes for my TVs because the ones that I had was just not working at all. So there you have it. It's a few miscellaneous things that I'll be getting rid of that I had as I was cleaning up. I got one more Spawn figure somewhere that I might be keeping that one. This guy's still in pretty good condition, as is this guy, as is this guy. This guy's all broken up. Like I said, some of this stuff I'll probably just give to some customizer friends or whatever. I'll be giving all of it away for the most part. I'm not really trying to sell nothing. These little Eva joints, like pretty much all of them is broken. But I do have all the like accessories and stuff with them, the interchangeable hands and whatnot, but they all got broken. I wasn't really taking care of none of this stuff. It was all just packed away in a box, so it was all like smashing together, and I don't even remember where these are from. If somebody can remember where those are from, let me know. But I used to have a huge Spawn collection, and at one point I had actually sold it to somebody on eBay. I mean, not on eBay, somebody from the tube. I sold it pretty damn cheap too. And it was funny because I had to ship it somewhere kind of far, and you know those Spawn figures are freaking heavy. And somehow it went to the wrong address or something. It took like months, and then it came back to me after like 2 months or something like that. And then I hit the dude up and was like, man, the package came back or whatever, and I had to send it to him again. But he was grateful that I ain't like try to do no sideways shit and just keep it, because it could have easily just said it got lost in the mail. But you know, I wouldn't do no shit like that. But yeah, I had a really big Spawn collection, but no more. Here's the other Spawn figure I was talking about that I still had. He's still in really good shape. I think I might hold on to that one. Just messing around with some simple posing here. Deadpool on the run, pulling his gun, pulling his sword. Seriously need a do-over on this figure. It's the worst, one of Hasbro's worst figures ever made. It's just a horrible, horrible figure, man. The Nemesis wave in general was just like one of the worst waves ever produced in any toy line ever. Horrible. Minor, if you're watching, man, I got the Vision in today, man, so you know I'm keeping that on ice for you. My man Minor lives out in Guatemala, and I do a little shopping for him here from time to time. So I got quite a few things that I've been holding for him here that I'm going to get them all together and send them out to him. But yeah, your Vision's here, man. It's crispy. Everything looks good. Waiting for a couple of more things this week, brother. About to mail out these last 2 Masterpiece Primes. And I'm going to go over here and probably vote as well. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a moment. But yo, look at how ashy my hand is.
Cannon. Talking bitch, we bout that action. Pop off! He not about that life, man, catch him at checks. We ain't really with that talking bitch, we love that action.
Alright, so real quick, I just came back from voting. And if you know me and you've been a follower of MTIT, you know I'm very vocal about my stance on political issues and different things going on in the world, and I'm very transparent with things that I've done and things that I've seen in my life and so on and so forth. So I do absolutely believe that usually with the voting process, you're picking the lesser of 2 evils. I feel like the president position is really just, you know, the president is usually just a puppet. It's the puppeteers that we really need to be trying to elect and remove and get down to the nitty-gritty with those guys in Congress and Senate and all the guys behind the scenes and all of these departmentalized sections of government and all the secret government and all of those things like that is what we really need to be trying to dig into. But first and foremost, you gotta, you know, know something about politics and really follow it, and you got to be on C-SPAN, and when you see what you think is something boring happening on the congressional floor, what have you, you got to be into that. You got to watch that. You got to pay attention, because I mean, day by day, our liberties are being stripped and on. But I don't want to get too political on you guys. But I voted today because, even with that said, and how I feel about a lot of different things, I voted because, for one, Pops called me really early this morning and stressed to me about voting, and you know how, you know, not too long ago, African American people didn't even have the right to vote. And the dogs were sicked on us, and we were shot and beat and killed, and we fought for this right to do this here in this country. So just off of that alone, it's extremely important. Not to mention that me personally, I almost lost my right to vote. You know, it's a lot of brothers out here that have got caught up in the streets and what have you, and if you got a felony, then you can't vote. So in being transparent with you guys, like, you know, I almost lost my right to vote as a young man, as a kid, and as a young adult. Like, I was insane. We were like, you know, me and my close buddies we were insane, and a lot of those guys have felonies. You know, they 2- and 3-time felons, and they have lost their right to vote. Luckily, with me, the one charge that I actually got caught up for, it was drug related. It wasn't anything violent, and I actually copped out to a program, and I did a program, and the felony was expunged from my record, so I still retained my right to vote. So because of that, I go out. You know, I've been on both sides of the spectrum. I've been a law-abiding citizen. I've been a criminal. Like, you understand? So I understand it from every aspect. So with that, I still exercise my right. And I did go out and vote today, so that's what it is.
But they oblivious. Really what's rancid? The executive, judicial, and the legislative branches. Skip the job shit. I'm just a small fry trying to get a side dish. Indict your senator, you wanna catch a big fish. I'm an honest man, tell you that I sold a crack. But ask your congressman, we got them 100 stacks. Sometimes I sit back, I get smacked, and I be thinking about Jillian. They say the president might be a reptilian. Strange lights in the sky, am I really that high? Or they pulling the wool over my eyes? You go to church on Sunday, and you pay your tithes. Soon as church over, you're back in some ruckus. Preacher man got a dope ride, you drive in the bucket. When the bullshit end and the real shit begin, make me wanna grab the Mac 10 and go put the work in. But my man said, chill, bug, you tweaking. You can't shoot up the Bilderberg meeting.
Handgun, shotgun, long arm. 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 Handgun, shotgun.
Onslaught series, Green Goblin's probably one of my favorite Toy Biz Marvel Legends, man. I think they got this spot on, man, with the likeness and the posability, the paint application. I really like this figure, man. I would definitely recommend that you grab this guy if you don't have it. It's a perfect matchup for any one of your favorite Spider-Man to match him up against, man. Really dope figure here. Added JD's custom Doctor Strange and Man Thing there. Pretty much finished with this cube now. Hulk pretty much thrashed everybody during that event. I thought it was pretty good. I thought Planet Hulk might have been just a little bit better. I thought like the first issue of World War Hulk was really good. The build up to it was good, but you know, that's how I be with a lot of Marvel events. They kind of fizzle out sometimes. But we was talking about this recently in the group. I don't really know what happened with AVX. I've only heard secondhand what happened with that, but pretty much overall the consensus was that it was horrible. And from what I understand, some spoilers ahead, but from what I understand, Cyclops killed Professor X and just went insane, and everybody had the Phoenix power. And it was just sounds really bad. I think Bendis need to take a rest. We need some new blood over there at Marvel, man. They've been putting together some horrible events. So real quick, I didn't talk about the storm too much in this episode. I mean, I talked about it a little bit during the beginning of the episode, but I didn't really even get to like show you guys the real damage. I mean, we got hit pretty hard. Me personally, I didn't get affected too bad because like I said, I live high up in the Bronx. We didn't have too many problems, just like a lot of down trees and damage. There was like maybe a couple of power outages up in the Bronx, but parts of Lower Manhattan and Brooklyn and Queens and New Jersey, Staten Island, places that are a little more spread out and have people that own homes and stuff got hit really hard as far as the flooding in their basements, and a lot of people lost their entire homes, and people that live on the shoreline got they just lost everything, man. So it was pretty bad. And two of our community members, Ivo and TiStar, they got hit pretty bad. So we actually was taking up some donations for them in the Facebook group. I will link the PayPal that you could send donations to if you're interested in donating, and the little stipulations for what you gotta write or say to donate there. My man Roll One actually set up a PayPal for these guys, and we'll split the donations among the two of them because they lost a lot of stuff. Their houses got really damaged. They lost huge portions of their collection and personal items and whatnot, and two really integral parts of the community, people in the community, and two really good dudes that I definitely would like people to help them out as best as you can. I don't really know anybody else within the community, the collecting community, that got hit as hard as these two dudes, man. So definitely want to speak on that for a minute. So all information for that will be in the underbar in the description, and however you could help out, then that would be greatly appreciated. And I wish I had my camera the other night when I was actually coming up through Brooklyn. The other thing was like the shortage of gas and stuff. I mean, like, we don't have any gas. People can't even like put gas in their cars. But a couple of days ago, I was coming up from Brooklyn, driving, and drove through Lower Manhattan from like LES or like Alphabet City all the way downtown in Manhattan to about 34th Street. The power was completely out in that entire area, so it was basically like a ghost town, and it was crazy. I wish I had my camera riding through it. The only lights was like a couple of flares on the road that the fire department had put out, and like the lights from the cars coming through that area. It just looked crazy. But that's the second time that I've seen a blackout in New York City in my lifetime. We had a huge citywide blackout in 2003 too. They still ain't even tell us what happened or how that even happened, but I be feeling like they just be preparing us for some crazy ultimate event. You know how I am. I got my tinfoil hat on and shit, so you know, be wary of that, man. Look up HAARP too while you're out there. HAARP. Look that up. All right, this has been another episode of Meantime and Between Time. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to come join us in the ACBA Facebook group, as well as the like page on Facebook. Don't forget to check out the underbar for that information for my man Ivo, my man TiStar. Help out as best as you can. The PayPal information will be in the underbar. Finally got a chance to open up this masterpiece, Optimus Prime. I'm in total love with this figure, man. This figure is so sick. I'm not going to really get too open in this episode. I'm wrapping this up here, obviously. But next week, I'll definitely show more. In the meantime, though, you could check out Artemis's review. It's very thorough, in-depth, and that'll give you a good idea of you know, the mechanics of the figure and articulation and all of that good stuff until I come back around next week. But I really like this figure a lot. Been messing around with it for the past hour or so before I filmed this, and this figure is crazy. The fun factor is through the roof. I love the size. I love the posability. You know, I got the 20th anniversary one. That one was big. It was clunky. It was articulation was good and everything, but it's just big and clunky. I think this one is just so much smoother, and just, this is a dope figure, man. I see they raised the price on the figure too now. It's like $120. We all got them actually for $99.99. So we actually kind of came up there, and this makes me want to actually get some more supporting characters like a Jazz or a Bumblebee or something like that, and maybe do a little setup with just the good guys. Not trying to get too heavy into the Transformers, not really my thing. It's just really the nostalgia of this. I mean, if you're an 80s baby, then you was definitely into Transformers and G.I. Joe, Thundercats, He-Man, that type of stuff. So anytime one of those figures come out and it's really dope and it's like the main character, then I may go for it. But I definitely am thinking about getting some other supporting characters here that's in scale. That's one of the things about the Transformers that has actually stopped me from really collecting them. It's just there's so many different scales and so many different lines, and it's hard to try to match them up. But after watching Chartemis's review, I kind of got a good idea of what other lines I could get to match them up with the scale of this Optimus. So real dope, man. All right, y'all, until next week.
That's crispy.